The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
With crystals like Folgers, picking up momentum, rolling like boulders. They call me ice, but I'm really much colder. My rhymes is heavy like the weight on my shoulders. I'm spitting that red hot smoldering lava. I fight to the end like the Navajo. Crack a bottle though, make it the goose with cranberry and triple sec. Triple my check, I feel the ripple effect of a fool on the loose. I hit you from every angle, from obtuse to right. Street shit like JJ, I'm dynamite. Slide me some dough, I show you an execution in the flesh, and promise not to leave nothing left. If you vomit, I keep stabbing, shooting, damaging, looting, till it ain't no disputing who the greatest is. Da-da-da! What's up, party people? Yeah. Just hit me. Y'all hear them fast beats I'm doing right now? That's a specific reason for that, because I come from an era where the beats was fast, man.
Fast, furious.
Bam. And I'm doing that right now because in the house tonight, I got my main man, my long-term homie, Mr. LA Kev in the house.
The host.
What up, bro?
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Mike. I'm trying to get you to the Boulevard, but you're still going to be Boogie with me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Boogie.
man. Well, no, that's
Boogie.
still my name, but, you know, the show is Mike Robertson Blvd.
Got you.
You know what I mean? You ain't hear the story? Look, when I was a kid, you know Robertson Blvd, right?
Yep.
I used to think that was our street and shit.
Oh, right.
So when
right,
we used
right.
to pass by, I used to be like, Mommy, that's our street.
That's right. That's right.
Robertson Blvd. Yeah, so
Respect.
I just threw the little Mike Robertson Blvd on that.
Awesome.
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing on this lovely summer night in 2020? Hi, Portis. How you doing? Good. Giving it the thumbs up. Man, it's been a crazy long year, man, but I ain't complaining because I'm still here.
Amen.
What you think about that?
Hey, 2020 is not what we expected to be, by far.
Not what we expected to be.
No, I don't think anybody could expect this one.
Dang, man. I did a little rap. I don't know if you heard it. My 2019 wrap up. And it talked about how whack 2019 was.
Right.
And 2020 just took it to a whole new level.
Yeah, started with Kobe.
Started with Kobe, huh?
For me, at least. That was just downhill, and it just never continued. Never stepped back up after that.
Oh, man. So let's talk about where we met. Do you know where we met? You do not remember.
Where I remember.
In the mic.
And where I remember you is at a house party. I was DJing, and some little cat came up. Well, you're little then, so some younger cat came up on the side early. I mean, I'm at the party before it really started, and this cat came up with his little, I don't think it was alcohol. It was just probably something to drink. And he was like, "Hey, man, my name is Mike. I'm going to Morehouse next year." I was like, "Are you going to Morehouse?" I mean, that's what I remember. I was
Really?
like, cool. You stay by the turntables for. If the party was 5 hours, you was there for 4.
I was that kind of guy, man.
Hey, your head was bobbing, so you was in it.
I always been that guy, man, around the turntables.
So you tell me what you think.
Okay, so now you just took me to a place before what I was going to say.
Okay.
Because that probably did happen many times, probably. But you DJ'd my party. Me, Chris Brooks, Elaine Bradshaw had a party right before, right in the summertime, really like right now in the summer before I went off to school, and you DJ.
Yep.
And do you remember how much you charged me?
I don't think I charged you. I think I charged the group. I think it was a group fee, and I'm probably sure it was a plug, probably.
It was a plug, man. What do you think it was?
I couldn't have been no more than the max might have been for with Elaine in there too. Probably no more than 125 to 150.
What a plug that is right there, man.
What was it?
No, dude, it was $100.
There it is.
$100. And then what was a trip is I tried to talk you down from that.
Right.
I had a homegirl. Okay, so the Gumbies, Tiana.
Yeah.
I was talking to her and I was like, yeah, so Kev gonna do the joint for us, you know what I mean? It's gonna be
you know, he charging me $100. And she was like, $100
Right,
bucks?
because that wasn't the price you were supposed to put out there. That's why I at least did the $150, because I know a lot of people pay more than that.
Yeah,
much.
or more, $200, $300, whatever.
Yes, and that's
But
back in '86. You know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Trust me, that was good money back then.
Oh, it was good, man. Like I said, I was trying to talk you down. I was thinking like $100, but she told me because she responded like that. I was like, damn, you think you could get it lower? And she called you, dude. And you were like, hell no, we already agreed. It's $100.
Right.
And you're like, damn.
Yeah,
if he ain't
that wasn't
satisfied.
supposed to be out there, you know.
Right.
You know, so and I was probably really upset someone else knew that price was given out.
Yeah.
I think you had some intentions. I think I knew you were coming to the house by then.
Oh, is that what it
I
was?
knew your name by then.
Oh, you gave me house love.
I gave you a little, inside plug. Plus, it's in a nice, good neighborhood.
Yeah.
No worry about security.
Right.
Nobody's going to mess my tables up. It's going to be no fighting. So that was an easy party.
And it cracked off
Sure did.
majorly. Man, that's how we do these things, man. That's where we met, bro. I mean, that ain't where we met, but
that's what you remember.
That was our interaction.
There it is.
Where it was like, you DJ my party, bro. You know what I mean? Let's get to it.
That was that moment.
Dang, man. So now, I had General Lee here a couple of weeks ago.
My ace, yep. I saw it. I watched it. I was one of the fans from the outside looking in.
Is that
Wishing
right?
I could be right in here with you guys, because I felt like that was just part of me as well as him. That part he was talking about. Now he moved on into bigger things, which I can't push my button on because I moved on to Atlanta. So
Right.
Which we will talk about later on. But that was good. That was good talking when you talked to Lee.
Yeah.
It's good to get that out there on some kind of wavelength so somebody else could hear it.
Right. Exactly.
Good stories. True stories.
Man. True stories,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And phenomenal stories at
Yes,
that.
yeah.
And there were really many more
Many
that we
more.
didn't get to.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, also, from that night, Lee got somebody to invest in a book deal with him.
Yes, that was something that did come out of that because I got a call about that also with Lee, and I'd also got a call from one of the guys who was definitely interested in doing that. So,
oh really?
Hopefully those doors keep going. I hope that ball keeps rolling and that gets out there.
Yeah,
I know I'm gonna have some input on that book. So,
so they're gonna have a book deal. No, but it's gonna be where I'm going with this is tomorrow they're gonna be calling for you. Kev, man, we got to do your book.
Hey, it's gonna be part of his book. We can have some different chapters.
Some different.
It's a West Side Story.
Damn, man. So, let's talk about the early days, man. How did you even start DJing?
Okay, well, that's a good question because basically I was a product.
I don't understand.
I was a product. So I was a product of.
Man, you got Siri listening to us. Man, I be seeing some
These
shit
phones
on here,
something
man.
else, yeah.
We don't need her.
No, I didn't know she was doing that. She just something must have clicked on her, But I mean, one thing is about it though is when I started, I was just a product of a brother. My brother Hal Kimball III, rest in peace. He was a DJ Special K. He was already. I mean, he graduated in '77 from high school, Dorsey High School, '77. Okay, by that time I was still in elementary school. So he's already out of high school and getting into this career of this party promotions and DJing. So all of a sudden all this equipment started coming to our house. We went from having an 8-track player, cassette, and all of a sudden we had reel-to-reels, and then we had all these different kind of machines, and next thing you know, I got turntables and everything at my access. So, he's gone. He leaves to go somewhere. I'm at home. I go I know the start button.
Yeah.
I push the start button. I start doing my thing, and I know he's coming home. Pre-internet, you can tell when someone's coming home, but you close it all down, and you go back to doing what you're doing. I did that for years.
Really? Acting like you didn't touch it?
Until one day he said, "Let me show you what to do." I said, "All right, show me." But by then I already had a little good feeling for things, so he was kind of like, You're not bad. I mean, how do you know to do that? I was like, I watch you, which I did. I watched.
Really?
I watched more than I got to play.
So he was a full-on DJ?
Full-on DJ all around here. Like Lee was talking about that billboard recorder.
Yeah.
He was doing that, man. He was doing that back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. He was doing that. He was like full-time DJ. So he was doing it. And he actually worked. Actually, he wasn't a full-time DJ, but it seemed like it was full-time because he worked 4 or 5 nights out the week.
Right.
And then he still went to work during the day, and all
Right.
that. But he worked during the weekdays. He wasn't so much always every weekend, but he was. They had clubs out here Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night.
Yeah.
That's 3 or 4 nights right there. I don't think people gave out not too many clubs on Mondays.
Right.
I think Tuesday nights, somewhere on Wilshire, back in the day.
Man, there was always a Tuesday through Saturday something jumping off.
And he did a lot of
And
those.
sometimes Sunday.
Right. Well, that's how I kind of got in like that, just kind of listening. And before you know it, I'm already maybe 13 years old, 14 years old. Now I'm probably in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
I'm going to clubs, you know what I mean? Because by now I've been around him enough, and I'm taller, so I kind of look like a young guy, who could be in there. But I'm coming in with the DJs. So I'm here before the clubs get started, before they even turn the lights off. I'm already positioned. He told me, you can't go down there by the bar. You stay right here in the DJ booth. So
with your young ass,
with
right?
my young ass. So I was in it before. My parents were like, well, you can't go without taking him,
Right.
They were traveling, so sometimes I was able to get to things way before my time. So when it came around, it's like second nature. When it came around, I was already kind of established and I already kind of knew what to do, But my name, LA Kev, came from more Pomona, out there, Ontario.
What?
Yeah, not in LA. There's a lot of LA's Kevs out here. A lot of people named Kev
Right.
from LA, but there was really only one LA Kev, So it came from there because they didn't know what to call me out there because it was already Special K was my brother. So I was like, I'm not going to be Special K Junior.
So was it like which Kev? The LA Kev?
No, LA Kev. 'Cause
Right.
They knew we were from LA. They knew he was DJing a lot out there too. He was doing parties here, but he would do big events, Mount Sac relays. That was a big thing back then.
Really?
Mount Sac was like people come from all over the country to come to Mount Sac to run track. So the track meets would bring people from all over the country. That's back in the day. I remember meeting Carl Lewis and all those guys, Edwin Moses, all those guys back in the day.
For real?
Flo Joe, I remember I meeting them when they were just
Damn.
coming out here to party. Not to run track. They were running the next day or they already ran that day. They would come and get behind the DJ booth. I'm looking there like, I think these are Olympics. People are going to be on the Olympics one year,
Damn.
So I was just advanced. I just had that knowledge, as far as how you can network with older folks,
Right.
and kind of blend in because you're by the DJ booth. You're up here with these production, not so much on the floor.
Oh, that's the place to be.
That is the place to be. It's a very exclusive area to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just walk up
No.
in the DJ booth
Right.
without a purpose.
Right. I had to answer a lot of questions, requests. They send me, go see what they want over there,
Damn.
They would come back and tell me, I'm like, who is it? I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. I'm
Yeah.
get that on,
Was you trying to look important?
Nah.
Like holding your earpiece like
No, we didn't even have earpieces back then. Trust me. I think I had a straight line paper and a note. Write a note and put it on paper, and they might see it and check it off or not.
Really?
Yeah, we talk about
All that type shit.
all
huh?
those days. So that got me going. That got me into DJing. When it came my time, I had a house party. I'll never forget. I gave a house party. I think it was my 9th grade year, probably '82. I gave a house party up in the Dons, and that party changed everything after that. From that party, and we didn't charge to even get in that party. I think it was just come to the house party, and then I think by 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think the security who I had, my big cousins who played football, they were probably pocketing $20 a person, but I didn't know it. You know what I mean? But I remember the next day, my parents said, all right, you had that great party. Well, you need to go out there and clean up that street.
Ooh, the whole street,
and the Dons
huh?
are long. And people park, when you go to a party like that, they park.
Far, huh?
Man, and I had to walk that block picking up cups and you name it. I was like, whew, no more parties at my house.
Man.
Got to find a venue next time.
Yeah.
Right, so that was one of my, that started me up, doing house parties, just being known locally. Established from just the community. My name Kimball went along with Hal Kimball, so they already knew that's Little Kimball. So I used that, and that just carried me through. Like I said, Lee knew about my brother, and he heard about me through knowing about my brother.
Right.
So when we finally met, it was like, man, I've been wanting to know. I wanted to meet you. I'm like, man, I've been hearing about you too. So it's like, it wasn't any animosity. It wasn't like I want my club, you can have your club. It was like, let's do this. You know what I mean? So.
Dang, he said that. Matter of fact, we got some footage of that. He said that very thing, dude.
On the show?
Let's see. I should have gave you a warning. I'm like, hey, it's over the house party movement. Like that was not a big deal, you know.
Well, that was all a part of that.
Yeah.
That was all a part of. But when we hooked up, it was me and LA Kev. Ultrawave, I was done with Ultrawave after 1 year. I moved on from there and then hooked up with Derek Pipkin and LA Kev.
True. Facts, baby.
Right. And actually, probably more than 1 year. I think me and Lee probably rocked together for about 2 or 3 years, and then that's when kind of Pip started to come in. Pip's brother was doing stuff already. Rest in peace, Dan Pipkin. He was already doing stuff and doing parties, and Pip was kind of like, running the to do for that party. You know what I mean? But his brother was merely the draw, just that Pipkin name. You know what I mean? Damon, Derek, people couldn't tell the difference. Basically, they were like, all right, we're coming to Pip's party.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then once we started doing stuff, I knew I was leaving because I kind of met Lee my senior year of high school. I knew I was going to Morehouse. Right. So I was like, I'm going to I got this cracking. We got this thing cracking. We need to keep it cracking while I'm gone, you know? Right. And Derek was doing stuff, and Lee was, I said, well, man, I put Lee on with some of the influential people who were doing stuff on the West Side. And he made his mark, and everybody was like, oh, man, General Lee, like almost like, thanks, Kev. Right. Thanks for putting Lee on us. You know, yeah. That doesn't come often, you know what I mean? So that's how it's supposed to go, you know?
Yeah, that is how it's supposed to go.
You leave something for somebody to keep going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to see it blow up.
Yeah.
And they blew up to the point where when I would come home, they were like, we're going to give a party, and then the rest of the party is ours. You know, like we're going to do one party with you. And all the rest of the stuff is what we already got created. So I was like, all right, cool. Just give me my one party. I'm happy. I'm not tripping, you know.
Yeah, because they were still putting your name on flyers and stuff. And
not often.
You wasn't.
I was doing maybe just at the beginning, but more or less it was probably just because, not saying a typo, but I was supposed to be there. Maybe I was supposed to be there and I couldn't make the flight to get it from Atlanta, you know what I mean? So it was more of, once I was there, they knew I was going to be there. I'm sure those were the flyers that we all remember, you know what I mean? So, right. Because I wasn't there to see the ones where I wasn't there. So that might be your information on that one.
Exactly. That is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yep.
I think other guys, too, were using my name that wasn't part of Lee's crew, too. So I saw my name on many flyers at that time.
So it probably was that type shit, too.
Right.
Because you mentioned the West Side, and I want to just make it clear, man, that, like, you know, LA kind of has this, you know, it's like three pockets. Yeah. It's the West Side, it's the East Side, it's the Valley. You know what I mean? Well,
and it's the middle, which we call South Central.
Yeah, and there's the middle, right. But as far as hanging and all that,
right? Yeah, you're gonna find the corner.
Yeah, there's a divide, not a divide, but there's a side.
A side.
And you really, man, kind of, I would say your brother, of course. But you took the torch and really set this shit off on the party shit for the West Side, man. For real.
And it was pre the rap game. It was before the Dre's and all that. You know, they were coming out. But that kind of is more of the 87, 88, 86 even. I was already doing stuff in like 84 and 83, 85. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just on my brother's team. Like, I was just kind of like getting the crumbs they would give me. Right. You know, like, you want to do an 18 and over party? I'm like, yeah, well, you can't do the 21 over because you're not 21. I'm like, I can draw both crowds. Like, nah, we'll get you the 18 and over day. So we get a little party here so that you can use this club on a Tuesday or Wednesday. We get it tomorrow for the 21 and over. So let's do it. You know what I mean? So that avenue was available in LA. It was before the riots, of course, and all that. You know what I mean? So it was all open for us. You know, things have changed. Trust me. When that first riot hit, you know, we haven't gotten there yet, but that changed a lot of things too. You know, once that happened, it wasn't just so easy to be doing clubs with youngsters. You know what I mean? Because the element of something going wrong, somebody tearing up somebody's equipment. You know, I've never had a club that I lost. I had to pay my money back to the owner because we tore up their place. You know what I mean? Like, that started to happen with some other people. Right. But I never had to I never gave a club where I had to worry about the people I'm bringing in are going to tear this place up, and I'm going to have to give money back out of my pocket from the door to cover expenses. You know what I mean? Like, that never happened.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good thing. You know, I've seen that happen, but I wasn't part of those parties. You know what I mean? So who knew? Yeah,
who knew, right? And that all bled into just a whole scene, man. It was like groups and
dance groups,
like
was
and
talking about,
cliques,
all those cliques, but see, Lee was L.A. Lee never left, so Lee was here. Well, this was his bread and butter. So it became like he probably was turning down parties. As far as if I would have been still in L.A., he probably could have been doing one, I could have been doing another, which Could have happened, but you know, he had it good enough to where he can give some parties to other people too. You know, that was part of giving the parties to somebody else. My brother did that for me. So when I left, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't say, "Hey, Lee, when you guys do parties, I need $100 every time y'all do something." I never thought of that. You know what I mean? But that's how business runs on the other coast.
True.
On the other coast,
That's how it
oh,
is.
you dropping? I don't have to be there. But I started this thing. So where's my? You know, like Christopher Walken said. You know, where's my $5, man? Y'all been eating everything you've done. Where's my money, man? I've been gone. I need to eat too. You know, so
everything you've done, right?
Yeah, Atlanta changed things for me. Once I left here, you know, went to Morehouse. You know what I mean? So shout out to Morehouse College. That's where you came the year after that. And that changed a whole lot of stuff as far as parties go. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, I literally learned about Morehouse at a party.
I believe it.
When I was a senior,
right,
and y'all came home, right? Adorium had a party, and I can't remember who from Morehouse was there.
Yeah,
up in the
DJ'd
hills.
the party. I remember.
Oh, you DJ?
Me and Lee DJ'd the party. I remember. Yeah. I remember that.
So bingo. So I was at AD's party,
right,
and niggas was on the dance floor like, the house, the motherfucking house, the house. And it was cracking majorly. And I was like, damn, what the hell is a house? And shit, I thought that shit was a high school in the valley far away I never heard of.
Right.
Niggas was like, nah, man, that's Morehouse, man. That's a college, bro.
Yeah,
and I looked into it because of that.
Right.
How about that?
And it was affordable then.
And it was affordable.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was affordable. You want to know how affordable it was?
I was cheaper. I paid less than you.
I you already know.
I know it was more for you.
When I got out of school, my student loan debt was $12,000.
After how many years did you use the debt though? Not for all 4 years, did you?
Yeah, all 4 years. Okay. I had the little Pell Grant and
the
little
something.
this or that. I had something, but I'm just saying I didn't have to dig in the crates. I mean, dig in the piggy bank and come out 100 G's.
Right.
It was cheap on campus.
Yep, that's right.
On campus. $4,000, you know, type shit per semester.
I was $3,500 a semester.
Oh, $3,500.
$7,000 a year at Morehouse.
It seemed like a lot too, because UCLA and all that shit.
Oh, man.
California schools was like $1,200 and shit.
I mean, now it's like $25 a semester or something like that. It's like 40,000 a year.
Oh, don't get out them 30s, nigga. It's
I'm
in
just
the
saying.
50s.
Is it that much? Wow.
Like 48, 50.
That's 30-some years ago.
Man.
I'm so glad that I went there when I went there. You know what I mean?
What was it like when you first got there? Were you? You had Troy.
Troy was
there.
with me. Yeah, Troy same year.
Yeah. But what was it like switching from LA in the 80s, going from LA to Atlanta?
Well, it was definitely different, you know, because first of all, you show up out there and it's hot, humid. Humidity. I never heard of humidity.
Yeah, so what the hell is this?
I've been to Arkansas in the summer, but that's not Atlanta.
Right.
You know, Atlanta is a whole different beast. That's why they call it Hot Atlanta.
Yeah, in August?
And we had to wear shirt and ties. So first of all, we don't wear shirt and ties out here.
We don't.
I mean, I didn't go to one of those schools where you had to wear a tie and a jacket to work to school in the high school. Palisades, you know, shorts and whatever else, as long as you were covered. You know what I mean? You go to school.
Yeah.
Out there, you had to wear that shirt and tie. It was almost like you got pledged, which I found out now. I wish I was. It was a hazing kind of an introduction to that style of life, you know. But being from LA, I just knew to stay in my lane. Don't try to do nothing outrageous. Don't talk back. You know, I mean, I wasn't gonna be defiant, basically. Right. You know what I mean? I didn't learn defiancy out here. So if you don't have defiance in your psyche, you don't go out there being defiant. You just try to find your way in, you know.
Right.
And that's the key right there.
See, I was being defiant. I will take the credit for breaking the rules of having to have a shirt and tie on in King's Chapel.
Would you wear a bow tie or a clip-on? Or?
Oh, even more sinister than that, Kev. Even more sinister than that. I took my belt off.
Oh, Lord. Well.
And tied my belt around my neck and said, how's this? And another dude saw it. And another dude saw it. It took about like 3-4 weeks, but then slowly but surely. And I got into it because the old heads was riding on me, man. And I'm like, yo, man, this college, bro. What the hell y'all talking about? I came here to learn. I'm not here for all that. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
They're like, nah, man, it's the mystique and it's all this. And I said, nah, man, I don't roll with that, bro. And niggas started standing up, man. And to this day, I went out there, man, fools in there with T-shirts and everything. I'm like, yeah, uh-huh.
It changed.
Thank me for your comfort.
Right. That's probably true. Like I said, I fell in, you know, I knew I had a bigger source than that. You know, clothes wasn't nothing because I knew once we got home, back to our rooms, whether we could put on what we want. And coming from Cali.
I don't even think I had a tie, man,
We had
Kev.
shirts, we had shorts and sets to wear, you know, outfits to put on that were perfect for that kind of weather. Just going to sweat a lot, you know what I mean? So that was cool, just to be in that and fall in with that environment and then get away from it and they can see who you are. Because when you're wearing that tie and that shirt the first week or two, you're just like everybody else.
You're fitting in with
You're just
everybody
a
else.
freshman, yeah.
Yep.
But once you start to put your own gear on and do your own thing, then people can really start to see who you really are. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a telltale situation. So.
Well, I was clear that you guys had paved the way already because I just fell right into the program. I was clear. And let me give you some props, Kev, because you had, first of all, you had the fire Nissan truck, hella dope, blue, Cali'd out, center lines, low profile tires. You even had the Dodger ball on the antenna, man. It was sweet. But what you did, bro, you would take people anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the upperclassmen would not do that, and I'm not going to call their names, but you would be like, hey, if y'all could fit in the back, get in the back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
In the back of the truck had a snug top over it.
Yes.
I do remember, and a carpet.
It had, exactly.
And I could open up the window, and you guys could get the air conditioning in the back. Plus, it was a speaker back there. So it was actually
it
was actually like Uber XL way back in the day, and I wasn't charging.
And you wasn't charging, man. So we had a way to parties, to the picnics, everything because, dude, hey, man, where's Kev at, man? We got to find Kev.
Or if you probably got to the party and you guys couldn't find a way back, if you saw me, they were like, get in the back, youngster.
Yeah, get in the back, youngster.
I'll get you back close to your dorm or something. I ain't going to the dorm door, but I'll drop you off in front.
Facts, man. I'm going to tell you who else was like that. Kev Boyd was like that.
That's different right there because I remember Kev Boyd not offering up to me rides when I was a freshman, because I didn't have a car my first year.
Well, I guess, when I was a freshman, he was a senior?
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah, he probably came around.
He probably came around.
But he had a Suzuki Samurai G.
I remember that. And,
man, he was cool, man. He'd be like, yo, man, I'll run y'all up there, whatever. He never tripped on that. So I remember that, man. Y'all too, bro.
Yep. Well, that was one thing about it. Once we got to Atlanta and I got into that culture, I started realizing all the stuff we do out here as far as doing parties. Now, I was on the mic a lot. So I'll get out there and get on the mic in Atlanta, and I'm saying, say, yo, baby, yo, baby, yo. And I'm thinking everybody's going to be saying it right back to me. And I'm like, and Cass is pointing at me, looking at me sideways. So put on a Tommy. You got a call?
We got a call? What's up, caller?
It's Trouble T. Roy.
Oh, there it is.
By way of Atlanta, Georgia. What's cracking?
T-Roy, TMC.
Foundation right there. That's foundation.
What's up, Troy, man? You hear me giving Kev all these props up here right now, man. You used to throw us in the back of the Nissan truck.
Hold on. How y'all going to jump all the way from you?
We only got an hour, man. We only got an hour.
Okay, all right.
Wait. No. What you going to say? How we going to jump from what to what?
I've been knowing this dude since kindergarten at Calvin Christian. Talk about Calvin Christian.
This wasn't about Kev's life. This is about me meeting Mike. This is about me meeting Mike. Sorry, guys. I can go back to elementary. We've been here for years, you know what I mean? But
you got to go to Calvin Christian. Then from Calvin Christian, you got to go to Bellagio Road. Then from Bellagio Road, you got to go to Paul Revere.
Yes.
Then I left and went to St. Bernard's, and when they went to Pally, and, so many people reached, and come on, man. Y'all jumped from...
We have to jump, Troy. You're right.
House.
We got to do a couple of episodes.
Shout out to E-Reach. Rest in peace, E-Reach.
Rest in peace, E-Reach. Don't go nowhere, Troy. Hold tight, because you part of this...
I'm here. I'm here for the duration, but hold on. We got all the homies from Morehouse are listening. You got all the DC crew. You got Savannah. You got everybody. All I done send it out. Everybody's listening. You
I
got
believe
Big
that.
Russ. I saw Big Russ.
I believe that.
You got Will. You got everybody. So you got a shot. I mean, there's so much to touch on, man.
We about to touch on that. I was just about to get to the whole they were just talking about how I got started in Atlanta. That was about to all come out, but I appreciate you because you're still there. Never left the site. He left. He was with me from all the schools in LA, and he went to Atlanta, and he ain't never left. And that's the best thing you can have is somebody who's foundation out there.
Okay, well, we got Troy Huffman on the phone, who is also an LA party legend.
Party legend, same year as me.
Because of LA Kev and General Lee. Okay, let's touch on that.
Facts.
Me and Steve Smith. I mean, that was my partner in crime. We did the Sojourner Truth. You got to talk about Sojourner Truth.
What's that?
On Crenshaw, across from the Capitol House.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Kev started that off.
Those are, it's so many parties.
Well, just so many, right?
I'm going off Mike's list. Mike brings up something. I just kind of roll with him on that, Troy. So,
dude, it's so many, Troy. It's endless,
man.
The
cover girl, Kev, when you came out.
The cover girl.
I got a parking ticket, Troy. I was like, Kev, just give me the ticket. We'll take care of the ticket. Don't worry about that. You go back in and get on these tables with the general. Right. Okay, Kev, don't worry about the parking ticket.
Troy, you sound just like your big brother.
Well, you know what was a trip to me, man? You know what was a trip to me when I got down there is how it turned me on to all the different kinds of musics from places, man.
That's where
like DC was on Go-Go. Chicago was on House.
We haven't touched on that. We're going to talk about that Freaknik. That's where it all comes out.
Miami.
Oh, my God.
We got to talk about the Freaknik.
We started that thing.
Now, you know John Eddings. You know John Eddings says he came up with the name. Even though it's a DC club.
That might be something to check.
It's a DC club event. DC gets props for starting the Freaknik. Nobody can deny it.
Yes.
But
no, at all.
1984.
Yeah. But
Eddings,
83, 84.
Okay, before I got there. 84. It was before I got there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Eddings says he came up with the name. He said they couldn't think of what to call it. They was calling it something else. And he said he was thinking about some freaks and shit. And he was like, let's just call this shit a Freaknik. And they said they was like, hey.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I believe in that.
Freaknik, I mean, it's untouchable. If you ain't been, but we need to touch on this. Cali Beer Bash that we started in 1986, which turned into the Cali Picnic, and they want to claim that we started the Cali Picnic with the Cali Beer Bash.
Yeah.
Talk about
it. With the beer bat, the first kegs were in the back of my truck, my Nissan truck. That's where we had the kegs.
Oh, the first kegs, huh? But look, let's not run past the Freaknik.
No, we can't. We're gonna go right to it.
It's too much. If we're gonna be sitting here talking about parties,
yes,
there is no better party than the Freaknik.
Yes, that's why I was trying to explain to my man General Lee and all them guys. Then they were Derek Pipkin. He did come out after a year or so.
Oh, Pip came to the Freaknik.
Pip would come.
Okay.
Lee wouldn't come, but we tried to get them all to get out there when it was first started. I was like, man, you guys got to come to this party. It's called the Freaknik, and it's all the people from all the different cities are going to be there, all the different schools. And next thing you know it, all the people started telling their people. Just like we told Pip to come, somebody from Chicago told their boy to come, somebody from D.C. told their boy to come. Next thing you know, it was people coming from the whole country to this event for the weekend.
But before it got to that, man, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful
before it got all.
We did those parties.
It got too big, man.
It did get too big.
It got too big. The Freaknik had Lil Kim down there, that motherfucker, everything.
Yeah, I was going by
that's when it was commercial.
Yeah, it got commercial. Sponsorships and all that. Yeah. I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, I was there in the early 80s.
I lived across the street from White Park, with Selma and Belmont Hills.
Yep.
And one year, man, we took a keg. This year, it was 2 years at White Park. So we took a keg over there, right?
Right.
And a big-ass keg, you know how much that shit weigh, right?
45 pounds.
More than that, more like 125 pounds. That shit heavy as shit, right? We were rolling it, bro. We were rolling it.
Across Cascade?
Across Cascade, man. You know, like how you roll. You know how you roll it on the corner of it, the cylinder? And so, look, one time came and pulled up. Popo's pulled up and was like, what the hell? And we was like, oh, man. This black dude This black police put the keg in his police car
And rolled it into
and
the
drove it up for us,
Park.
up the hill, man. Drove it up the hill. I was like, man,
That's
look
what's
at
up.
Atlanta, man.
Look at Atlanta.
Belmont Hills. Y'all was coming from Belmont Hills.
We had the pre-parties.
I remember that. Like I said 87 because it was 86 it was there, and it was also there in 87.
Yeah.
It was back-to-back at White Park. So
Yeah.
you had
You
been
gotta,
there in
you gotta
87.
talk about Washington Park though.
Yeah, that was
when they had
88.
EU band. That was
Yeah,
80,
EU.
88.
88.
What year was that, Kev?
That was 88.
Okay.
Oh my
88.
God!
And it was
That
off the
was,
chain.
I mean, you haven't seen nothing like
No,
that.
89.
With the,
It
with
could've
the
been
go-go
89.
band.
Yeah.
88. I
That
think
was
it was
88.
88.
It was
No,
88.
89 because look, the first
no,
one,
89 was,
first White
89
Park was in
at,
87 because
No,
I was
80
a freshman.
That was the first one. That was the first one you went to.
Okay, but there was two
Right.
for me,
Okay.
so it must have been three.
So it was there. It went there, and then it went to Washington, and then went back to White
Wow.
after that. It went
and
there,
then it went,
and then it went way out.
Exchange
okay.
Park in Decatur.
Then it went
to
and went to
De-
Exchange.
Decatur
And
or
that's when
something.
after
That's when it
that,
started
it
getting
got
too big
commercial.
for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it got too big.
But that was one weekend that I could say that, all you had to do is get up to the DJ booth and cats gonna remember you were up there. You might have said a couple words. I think I might have played a song one time, one night thing. It was just so hard to get to the booth. And once you got up there, it was just so much partying going on. You can't DJ with all them people out there having fun. You like, man, here, take over. I'm gone.
Right, yeah.
And people think, oh, man, you was up there DJing for hours, huh? Like, no, I did one song. I did one song and 2 shout-outs, and I was out of there,
Do you
It
remember?
wasn't about making money at that point for me. I was happy to be a student.
Yeah, happy to be the man.
DJ Nab, and he's still around.
Oh,
he's still in
Nabs?
Atlanta. DJ Nab, but he was out there DJing, and Mother Nard, shout out to DJ Nard, they're still out there in Atlanta. So them guys are like legends for me because they had equipment. See, one thing about me being a DJ in Atlanta, I didn't have no equipment.
Right.
I came out there from California, whereas people from like Detroit and other cities, they had little equipment in their rooms. I would go to their room, I'm like, man, you got a whole DJ
Yeah,
set up
you
in
got a
here.
setup?
You
Right.
don't even DJ.
Right.
Well, let me use it. You know what I mean? Let me use it for a party. Here, I'm gonna give you $25, $40 here. I'm gonna use your stuff.
Rental fee.
Yes. So you found out a way. By my third year, I was able to get a little one speaker. I think I don't think I even had 2. I had one nice big speaker and an amp rack and and 2 turntables and a mic. But I didn't even have it all set up in a whole thing like you should. I was just carrying pieces out there, setting up on a table, at a club or something, using their equipment. I was just mix and match, man, back then. It wasn't even about having, like, the premium sound. It was just if you were giving an event, your name's on the flyer,
Right.
they coming. You know what I mean? And we made those relationships, like Troy said, we made those relationships with D.C., Chicago,
Detroit, Ohio.
Michigan. I mean, I'm saying
Texas.
all that.
Florida.
In Atlanta, the people from Atlanta, because you had to find your way to get in there. And once they start seeing how Cali gets down,
Yeah.
L.A. gets down, the Bay Area gets down, they're like, man, we're going to go to those parties because they get it in.
Yeah.
And like I said, me doing those chants on the mic,
Yeah.
it was easy to do them out here. I got out there, and cats like from the fraternities was looking at me like, you can't say ice, ice, baby, unless you're an alpha. You can't say yo, baby, yo, unless you're a kappa. You can't bark and say, roof, 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 unless you're a Q.
Right.
And I'm like, man, hold on, man.
Y'all taking all my shit right
This all
here.
stuff we do in L.A. They're like, you can't do that out here. You know what I mean? So that showed me. That showed me how you have to be respectful and come up with different chants. You know what I mean? So,
Kev, don't
Yes.
forget DJ KT. When we came out of Cell Hall, 1985, he was playing "Set It Off."
Oh,
When
yeah.
it came out.
oh yeah, that's
DJ KT.
that DJ KT. Yep, and Kevin Terrell. I still see him from time to time on. I found him on a photo. He's a photographer now, so he's not even on Facebook, but he has a photographer page. But yeah, shout out DJ KT. Yeah, he was from I think he was from Augusta or from Athens,
Oh,
Georgia.
remember him.
Yeah, you wouldn't know him. It's just some Troy. Like I said, me and
Oh.
Troy, we were branching off when we got out there. So we met guys, and once we started doing it, matter of fact, KT got me a party down in Savannah one Christmas.
Dang.
And I was down there. I met Purvis Ellison. I don't know if you remember Purvis.
Yeah.
Nervous Purvis.
Uh-huh.
He was still in high school, 7-foot cat, still in high school, about to go to Louisville. Who knew the next year he's going to win a ring for the NCAA tournament, But I
Right.
met him in high school because I'm doing a party for Thanksgiving in Athens. My name's on the flyer. I go out there and people like throwing beads at me. I'm like, I don't know nobody out here. But
you wasn't playing enough MC Shy D.
They had no, they were throwing beads, meaning they were excited to see me. I mean, they was like
really?
giving me my love. I was like, I was
With
driving.
beads?
I mean,
Like on some New Orleans type shit?
Yeah. They was like showering me with stuff. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they was hitting me with rocks and nothing like that.
Okay.
You know? That's another party we had, but no.
Man. Okay, now, there's so many legendary parties. Y'all had a party at the crib and the whole porch fell in.
Yes, we did. That's a true house party right there. Yeah, and
True house party.
Unfortunately, I didn't charge people for that party. I wish I did because I had to pay for that porch.
Oh, y'all had to pay? I figured, man, like somebody deposit took a show.
Yeah, it was past the deposit. That was a 5-bedroom house I was living in at the time.
With a big old down south porch where it was like
80 people.
80 people just on the porch part.
Yes.
Just on the porch part.
And it was old. They redid it after that, but then they put in the contract, no parties. I was like, now no one's going to tear this porch up we just paid for.
Yeah.
And you can't use that. I was like, man, that's the dance floor right there now.
Yeah.
Before it was just an old wooden. It had a little wop to it. So when you start dancing out there, it's really dipping, I'm just glad no one got hurt,
Nobody got hurt.
I remember picking people up in cups in the air, and I saw bodies, and there was cups coming down after the bodies. Like everybody had a drink, and next thing I know, the drinks left, and the bodies fell, and all of a sudden, cups was going down. I was like, who's throwing cups out there?
What the hell?
Yeah, people fell about 9 to 10 feet down into that little area. But it was a party, like I said, and everybody was helping each other up. No one was screaming, crying, what I mean? It was a floor underneath it. I've been to parties where we've had parties where we're on the second floor and they fall onto the first floor.
Oh, you been in one of those?
Yeah, I've had some of those. And it wasn't my party, but I was DJing. That was a bad look.
Oh, that's bad.
They couldn't pay the DJ that night, and that wasn't my fault. I was like, no, you can't pay me?
Yeah, that party was that.
Look at all this. What'd you say?
Was that party with Ang where the floor caved in?
Yeah.
Yes, probably was.
Ang bang.
Probably was.
Y'all too. Dang. And then we used to make trips to Howard, go to Homecoming, Bayou Classics.
Bayou Classic, that's the greatest. That was one of the greatest times of our lives right there.
I know, Bayou, huh? Now you put
blessed.
Now, but this is a question for both of y'all. What you choosing? Bayou Classic or Freaknik?
What do you mean for classic? For the weekend or just the event?
You could call it how you want.
Freaknik, the event is off the chain, but Bayou Classic it's just a full weekend of just parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's two different. It's two different
kind of things.
You gotta remember, the original Freaknik was, from when we were doing reading period, and that's just to blow off a little steam. Bayou Classic, I guess it's the same thing around Thanksgiving, but our thing, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it wasn't just the Bayou Classic was specific to schools having a big reunion party. It was like those people would dress up in
everybody was there though, bro.
And leather and just all kind of nice outfits to go to the Bayou. Whereas Freaknik, you hope they got clothes on.
Yeah. Or you hope they don't.
Well, I used to hope they did, and that's always good.
Pajama party, though.
Pajama parties, toga parties.
On Friday night, pajama party.
Yeah, Troy has it all. He's still there. He's still living it.
Yeah.
He's still there. You know what I mean?
Troy.
We love you, Troy. Thanks for shouting us out today, man. And all the cats, all the different places around the city. The Spell House Love.
From all the globe, man. I'm gonna be quiet.
Shout out to my wife. I know my wife's out there. Hey, baby.
Oh my God.
This for you right here, baby. This for you. This for you. My T-shirt.
What does that say?
All fine women love Morehouse men.
Ooh.
The house.
Facts, baby.
That's it. Just representing. But no, it's been a beautiful experience. Like I said, we can go on and talk about this, man. There's so much more we can go into. I'm just blessed to have Mike as an avenue, the boulevard.
Yes.
Everybody says they got a lane. Mike got a boulevard.
That's right, baby.
I be trying to stay in my lane. Mike can stay on his boulevard. That's major. Keep doing this, Mike. I'm just impressed. I'm happy to be here, man.
I love it, man.
We can do part 1, 2, and I can get more in details. We can really take this to another level. But
okay, look,
we've been jumping.
Let's talk about some current stuff. Are you following these versus battles?
I am. I don't know if they're still going as they were when they first started. I think they were stronger, like in June.
Stronger in the beginning when the pandemic, when everybody was.
I think May, it was hot in May. Everybody was doing this and that,
Well, the newest one, Snoop Dogg versus DMX. Who you picking?
I'm going to take Snoop easy on that one. I'm going to take Snoop easy on that one because DMX, even though they both had issues with the law, DMX seems to find a way to get stuck under the thing, and Snoop is kind of figure out a way to get around him. You know what I mean? And Snoop is just such an entrepreneur. What he does, he has so much going on. Because me being in LA, I got to see Snoop on the football side. You know, because I had a football team.
But
for
the
a minute.
verses is not all that. It had nothing to do with none of that. It's song for song. You play your song, I play this song. You play the next song, I play my next song. You play your next song, I play my next song. And who got the hottest shit?
Right. I'm gonna still say Snoop.
Still saying Snoop. What you
but
say, Troy?
That's just me, you know.
What you say, Troy?
You know, I'm West Coast all day, baby. I gotta do it. I mean, you know, man, it is what it is.
I mean, we're talking about classics. You know, you're talking about classics. Snoop has classics.
I wish it would have been Cube. I wish it would have been Cube and DMX. Oh, we forgot about that. We didn't even talk about when Cube came down to when Cube and
the lynch mob came
and the
through.
lynch mob came down to Atlanta.
Yeah, that was
A
live.
whole nother issue. Oh my God, we could be here all night.
Yes, sir. No doubt. But going back to the old school, I just want to make sure you guys remember when we were out there was no Snoop, there was no DMX, there was no.
You're
none of that stuff.
No, we had Egyptian Lover.
And that was a West Coast cat who didn't come to Atlanta, but who did come to Atlanta was Bobcat.
Bobcat
came to one of my events on the campus.
Yeah, because didn't
in
the comments because you battled a New York, somebody from New York.
I had some cats on the wheels, and then my boy who was probably Bobcat's manager called me and said, "Hey, you in Atlanta, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm gonna have Bobby with me. We going to meet LL at this thing called the Fresh Fest or whatever, you know. So I was like, well, man, come through Atlanta. I'm doing something small on campus, free to get in. But if you want me to pub him up, no, don't pub him up because he might not want to DJ when he gets down there. I'm like, all right, yeah, no problem. When he see these fire people, this hot club, this party, this nice on campus event, he's gonna want to come. You know, he want to get on. And of course, it wasn't packed out because it's a small thing. People can come and go at the Commons. It wasn't like you were in there locked in.
Wait a minute. I remember it being packed.
Okay, it could have been packed to you. But I mean, it got packed.
Don't say to me, nigga. I know what packed is.
Yeah,
and what
it wasn't that packed. It wasn't. I've seen it packed. I've seen it packed where you can't get in the Commons.
It didn't start that way, but
There
once
we
it
go.
got to nighttime.
Yeah, by that time, it was packed.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if I would have said Bobcat's coming from the start, DJ Bobcat, not saying DJ Bobcat part of LL, because at that time he hadn't done nothing with LL yet.
He was just his new DJ.
He wasn't even his new DJ.
Because he had just started as his DJ, no?
No. That meeting, he met him in Atlanta. Cut Creator had an issue with having two DJs, stepped away, and Bobcat jumped in there. And when he jumped in there, they was like, let's run with this cat right here. You know what I mean? Cut Creator had an issue coming down. Something happened. All his bags made it, but he didn't make it. Bobcat was there just to meet LL and kind of say, hey, I'm going to come here on a song. We got a song we're going to do. LL did a song, I guess, and Bobcat had did some kind of music on it. So Bobcat knew LL, but he had never done anything with LL until the night after that Freaknik.
Okay.
Came to the Freaknik. That's facts. Came to the Freaknik.
Well, he was claiming it.
No, not the Freaknik. He came to the Commons.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, he went and met LL. And that same next day, he was on stage with LL. And from that point on, Bobcat was LL's DJ for a couple
remember
years.
Specifically his classic mix where he was like, L.
Oh, yeah.
L.
I mean, his mix was before you
Cool.
knew him. Yeah.
J.
Yeah.
It's hard as hell.
Right.
Battle.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
He was bad, bro.
Yeah, he was bad. Like I said, I met him.
So that was your
He's in
event.
LA.
I didn't know that, though.
It was not my event. I was just DJing an event. You know what I mean? And I kind of had a little pull on who.
That means it's yours.
Yeah, all right. My event. My event on campus. Morehouse wasn't paying me, though. So, that's how it was.
Oh, that's how that is.
But like I said, DJing there, it wasn't as consistent as DJing out in L.A., but just the simple fact that we was going to school and I was able to still DJ the parties and then go to the parties and still do my books. Mm-hmm. Oh, I still was a student. I never thought this DJ thing was going to be a career.
Right.
Like P. Diddy went to Howard, but he already knew. I'm just going there for a tad bit.
Right.
This other thing I'm doing with these producing these artists and all these promotions and all the other stuff, I'm going to run this. Next thing I know, I'm working for a record company. He left Howard, now he's still Howard's biggest alumni,
Right.
Tributes to him and everything now. Mm-hmm. But he had a goal that was going to be his career. I didn't take DJing as a career. I should have.
Right. You looked at it as just fun,
just
right?
fun, man. It was parties.
Right.
Yeah, it was something to do, something to do. I never thought of it as a career because I fought the whole change when everybody started getting into the laptops and
Right.
I was still trying to carry my records and still my turntable set
Right.
up, and everybody's like, "Dude, you're working too hard."
Right.
I didn't want to get a laptop. I didn't want the easy way.
Right.
I didn't want to be able to DJ by. I wanted to know my beats in my head. I wanted to know my beats per minute by my ear, not by hitting a button and it goes, it matches, put it on.
Right.
To me, that was just so. It hurt me for a long time. Even when they started having the CDs and the CD little scroll, I was like, that little thing is not a turntable. Although it feels like one, it's not one, you know. So I kind of rebelled off doing parties and stuff. I would give parties to other people. Hey, man, I want you to do a party. I'm like, y'all ain't paying enough. Because then once the stuff equipment got easy and laptops and, you know, little devices, they wasn't going to pay you all that money no more. You know, you're not making I'm not going to pay you $500, $125.
Right.
Like I was getting that from Mike Boogie
Yeah.
in 88, 86, you know, 85.
100, baby.
I'm not making $200 or $300, $400. I'm not going to DJ the party. You know, I think I've already made that kind of money. I should be making more.
Right.
But I didn't think of it as a business. Instead of like Lee and them did, I said, forget DJing. We're just going to give the whole event.
Right.
So we're going to make the $3,500 or whatever, and that's worth it when you do it like that.
Yeah.
I was just
Mike
trying
Boogie.
Yo.
Mike Boogie, you didn't know Kev was a gangster. You didn't know he's the originator of KOD, did you? You didn't know that he's one of the founders.
Yeah.
You
Wait.
didn't know he's one of the founders. Let's talk about that.
Okay, well let's go back. Let's go back in the day, Troy. You got me having goosebumps now. But look, it wasn't a gangster thing. Just remember what it was. It was Kings of what? Kings of Drag. It was cats going there, and it wasn't drag meaning wearing dresses either. It was drag meaning you had game to talk to the girls, you know.
And
I hope it wasn't no dresses.
Yeah.
No,
Man, we couldn't stand them niggas, man.
It got real beefy when I left. When I left, and I came home, cats were wearing like certain kind of hat to be a king. I'm like, nah.
Coming,
Youngster.
big ass football player ass niggas coming to fuck up the party.
Yeah, it got kind of violent. But hey, them was good guys. Mostly were good guys. Some of them had bad intentions, but never when I did it. When I did it, it was all about the la la. Troy, you know about the la la, right? It's not the Jay-Z sign either, y'all. This is the la la.
I mean, I done met a lot of them now.
La la.
La la.
La la.
No. But look, I have met like a lot of them, you know what I mean, and all that shit now. That's old stuff. But at the time, man, we was all trying to unite against them because they was wrecking the parties, man. We had to be
but Mike, you got to remember, Mike, that was 83, 84 when Kev and Reese and all them started that.
By the time you guys in 86, 87, and 88, that wasn't my group. There was some youngsters that was doing that gang stuff. Trust me, I wasn't part of that. And I tell them to this day,
that was a whole different thing.
it was a party scene when I was doing that. You know, I didn't take anything with me to Atlanta. I didn't try to run that in Atlanta because that was just some LA stuff, right? I would come home and get hit in the head as soon as I walked. Not hit in the head literally, but hey, what's up, OG? What's up, OG? Nice to meet you, man. Heard a lot about you. I'm like, you heard a lot about me at parties? I'm like, you original king. I'm like, original king? Yeah, okay. All right.
Martin Luther King?
Yeah. He did go to Morehouse College. They're like, they looking at me crazy, you know? So I saw how it got, you know, rest in peace to a couple of them cats who was real eager to, you know, keep that going. But a lot of my OGs who went to school with me, they kept it going, and it turned that way. You know, unfortunately, that's how the streets of LA were starting to move, you know? Things got real affiliated.
Yeah.
So I'm just so happy I kind of missed that part of the LA scene, you know what I mean? Because I was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We're out there protesting like they protested not too long ago. Troy, you remember? Where did we protest? Wearing LA Raider hats, starter jackets, and Lokes. Where were we protesting? In 88.
Forsyth? Did y'all go to Forsyth?
Forsyth.
In 86, right?
Forsyth, Georgia, the home of the Ku Klux Klan. Had moved to Forsyth, Georgia. We were out there from L.A. They got us on a bus from Morehouse.
With Uncle Hosey or Uncle Hosey.
Who?
Hosea
Williams? Okay. And Mukasa.
Yeah.
Mukasa.
Shout out to Mukasa. And all these brothers you talked about. We all went out there, man. That was talking about showing your real spirit. It changed me after that, man. Once I went out there and saw, that's when I really knew about racism. I didn't have racism like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up under this racism. It might have been here in L.A., but we didn't see it as kids growing up. We didn't see it as high schoolers growing up. Maybe my 12th grade year, I started to see it with some of my coaches. I started seeing they were kind of envious. I think they were more envious of me than racist. You know what I mean? They're like, this cat's going to college already. You know, he's already going to college, and he didn't even play his varsity year in high school in basketball. And he's already admitted to school, you know.
Yeah.
It was envious of me more than they were racist, you know what I mean? I took it as racist at first. Now I realize it was more envy. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you know what? It was here because it's America, but our interactions didn't really include it that much. You know what I mean? Of course it was here, but
I think it's how you grew up, man.
yeah, it's how you
Seriously.
grew up. But when I was okay, so when all that happened, man, I didn't go, man. I was out there, but I didn't go because I was like, man, I'm not about to let these niggas start throwing rocks at me and
'cause it was a
shit
threat.
and
It was a
all
threat.
that. Like,
'Cause we went to their
man,
just like they
please,
went.
man, and we couldn't fight back because they were saying we couldn't
Nothing.
fight back.
Nothing.
I was like,
We
man.
couldn't carry.
Hey,
We wanted to take stuff.
We were ready. We were
Well,
ready.
yeah,
I
we
heard
had
after the
National
fact.
Guard.
Yeah, I heard after the fact. What
Yeah,
was you
that's why-
saying,
That's why
Troy?
we wore the long coats.
They had the National Guard. I had my trench coat. I'm not gonna say what was up under it, but the National Guard was there between us and the Ku Klux Klan, and they were like, "Nigga, don't let the sunlight catch you back
That's
back
true.
out here."
Yeah, we
like,
did
"Fuck y'all,
we
man."
did protest
You know,
during
we
the day.
was going at 'em.
Yeah, we were back on that bus before it got dark. We were back on that bus.
Y'all was back for dinner
No, we
in the
wasn't-
cafeteria.
We wasn't back for the cafeteria. I think we got some food going and coming. I think we got to eat. I think
Really?
we ate out there. Didn't we eat out there, Troy? I think we did.
We
We
went
ate out
to,
there. But I'm just saying, but we were
McDonald's.
part of a
We went
protest.
to
You
the
know, that was a big
McDonald's.
event.
No, I know.
One black person working in the McDonald's. He was like, "Damn, I'm glad to see y'all." And we were like, "Yeah, but we ain't staying out here because we
Yeah.
only got one pistol."
Yeah. And then Oprah came there, what, like a week later or something? Because she
Maybe so.
broadcasted from there.
Maybe so.
She did her
Maybe
show.
she
She
did.
did her show down there in Forsyth County. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those things that people don't really talk about. You know, they always talk about Montgomery. They always talk about the Selma, and they talk about the other little protests, the Washington Walk, but no one talks about that march on Forsyth.
Right.
It was a lot of
Yeah.
people. We had some thousands of people there. I
Yeah.
don't think we had no 50 or 30,000, but we
No,
had a
yeah,
lot of
good
black
10 or
folks,
something, right.
a lot of black folks that went out there on buses,
Mm-hmm.
not just from the campus.
A lot of students.
Not
All
just
from
yeah,
the
mostly
HBCU.
students. A lot of students that went
Yeah.
out there from all the 3-4 schools that we had. They were all out there representing, back in the day, Black Lives Matter. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Well, you was at the right age, man,
Right.
because if you look at right now, the people that's out in the streets right now really wilding, they the youngsters.
Right, but
You know what I
it's
mean?
multiple nationalities now. You know, it's multiple nationalities, which is I think is awesome.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah, but
Back
I'm
then,
just
it was just
speaking.
us.
I'm speaking on our people that's out there
Right.
are young. They're not like motherfuckers our age out
Oh,
there.
there is some out there, not wild enough.
Yeah, but not wilding.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
But that's that West Coast. That's what I'm saying. That whole once the riots happen, things change about any kind of events out here. We're gonna take offense to it.
Yeah.
We're gonna take offense to it, and we're gonna take advantage of the opportunity to go show out, tear up, burn up. That wasn't going on back then. You know, we were actually. It wasn't about peace so much, but we did walk with a purpose, and we wasn't backing down. Because I remember me and Troy both were looking at them cats like, "What? Say something to us," you know.
Right.
But they were just looking. You know, they weren't burning flags, you know, but they had guns.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Troy was like, we're looking at each other like, what? I was like, put your hand down, you know, put the arm down, you know. You know, it was cool too, so it was okay to have a jacket. It was during that time of year, it was cool. We didn't go during a hot time of the year, so
Yeah.
wearing a big coat and being, you know, was cool to walk in, actually, you know what I mean? So that was just events that we all experienced. You know, like I said, this is a whole culmination of this whole meeting of the minds.
Mm-hmm.
This Morehouse, LA,
Yeah.
with Troy there. Troy's just to back me up because he was my roommate my freshman year. He came out there with me. Like I
Oh.
said, that's my ace. That's my ace. You know what I'm saying? He can always validate everything.
Eric Hilton. Me, you, and Eric Hilton. E. Hilton from D.C.
Yeah, we met people from all over. We weren't just stuck on LA people. That's why I kept telling you.
Right.
Once we got out there, it wasn't about being from just Cali. We wanted to meet. We met everybody, and we were cool with everybody. So by the time you guys got down there, they was like, "That's not like one of your Cali boys." Like, yeah. So they just bring you right in.
No, I can
All Troy's
attest to
people,
that.
too, the same thing.
I can attest to that, and it really opened my eyes about just our people from other regions and everywhere in the country, man. How we are all different but all the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like New York dudes are aggressive. You know, DC dudes, they want to fight, but they don't say nothing until the
Right.
fight start.
Yeah, they're watching. Trust me,
Yeah,
they're watching.
yeah, they watching. They
They
don't say
watching.
nothing till the fight start. Just everybody's different, man.
Right.
Ohio dudes is crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with them.
Oakland cast is hella cool.
Yep. But they watching too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But
watching
they
too.
Cali
They
though.
definitely.
Yeah, they with the Cali.
They sharp to come in when
Yeah,
it's time
yeah,
to come in. But like I said, we just were able to blend in, like I said, and go out there and represent. And to this day, it's not the same Morehouse when I go back down there now. When I went there, I went to Morehouse. it's a college now. There's some other stuff going on now. It's more of a university now.
Man, yeah, it's official.
Yeah, I went to Morehouse when they were making Morehouse.
We got a call?
Men.
What? Oh, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, look, man, when I pulled up, bro, I was sick to my stomach, man. I got out the airplane, got in the cab, pulled up to the campus, and the dude was like, "All right, you here?" I was like, "No, man, this probably ain't it, man."
Right. When you first sight?
Yeah, on first sight. I was like, "No, man, go a little farther." He was like, "Man, this it, man. You know, I've been here all my life." I was like, "What?" Man, it was like, we talking 86 Atlanta.
Yeah. Red Clay was real.
Red Clay was real. Dang.
Culture shock.
Culture shock, man, but I love it. Really, though. Dang, man. So, what else, Kev? So, when you came back, right, what did you do?
Well, when I came back, so first of all, I did the 4.5-year program at Morehouse. So after my fourth year, I didn't have enough.
4.5?
I didn't have enough
I
credits.
did the 4.5 too.
Yeah, I didn't have enough credits to finish.
I finished in December, baby.
I finished in December. I had one class I had to go back to. So I went back from my.
Me too.
I went back from one class, which was Swahili.
Oh.
I had to take an elective. I did all my other requirements, but I was
Swahili.
I was 5 credits short. Like, I think you had to have like 128 to graduate or something like that. I think I had 123, something like that.
Damn.
So instead of going to summer school, which they wouldn't allow, they was like, you just got to come back, because that was May. I wasn't gonna go to summer. That was my graduation summer, so I still wanted to have little parties, but we really didn't party until I graduated. So I had to wait till the next year and have my graduation party. So I kind of came home for a minute, stayed in Atlanta, kept my place in Atlanta because I knew I was coming back. Ended up working with Foot Locker for a minute. Mm-hmm. So when I worked with Foot Locker, that turned me on to Atlanta. I started knowing about Atlanta now.
Yeah, because you was in that mall, huh? What mall was that?
Well, I was in several malls,
Okay, but you was in I remember coming to your Foot Locker. It was a little far out, kind of, in a mall. It felt far out. Was it in Decatur?
Yeah, I was in Decatur. I was in South DeKalb Mall.
Yeah, there we go.
But I was out even further. I was even in Avondale Mall. But like I said, that kind of let me know about kind of how corporate stuff works. Mm-hmm. Even though I was working at Foot Locker, there was a program to make you a manager. It wasn't like I just had a Foot Locker job.
Yeah.
Like, you went to college and you worked for Foot Locker?
Yeah.
Like, I can go get that without going in, but I was working there to be a manager.
Can you?
Right. You go there for being a manager. You learn the whole store, the whole business, you know what I mean? So I was already in the shoes, in Nikes and everything else, so starter coats, all that was my lifestyle anyway. So it was like a shoe-in for me. I got good at it real quick, you know what I mean? So that was great in Atlanta, great time in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I was basically, like I said, I was living the dream. I only had to go to one class.
Right.
And I had a full-time job, you know what I mean? And apartments and living was good, you know what I mean? So apartments were cheap.
That's how I was in my
Instead of having the 5 people in an apartment, now you get you just one roommate and you can just blow up. And I was living in Buckhead way before I should have.
Doing the most.
You know what I mean? Yeah, way before I should have.
Doing the most. All right, man. We out of time, man, Kev. That hour went by super fast, bro.
I knew it would.
That's crazy.
Man,
I knew it
went
would.
by fast. Dang, man.
We got Mike. You got to do a whole other segment just on Morehouse. I mean, we haven't even talked about everything about. Oh my God!
We haven't talked about one party. We talked about the Freaknik.
Yeah.
And we mentioned the Cali Beer Bash.
About that.
And we mentioned the Cali Beer Bash. We didn't talk much more on that.
Man. I know,
There's so
we
much
got to get
talk
to
about.
it. It's so much, man.
We didn't talk about the education. We didn't talk about. I mean, it's so much. The
Mukasa.
Oh,
well,
so
yeah.
All right, man. Well, look, let's do it again, man. We're gonna do it again, Kev. All right. I'll figure out when, and let's just keep it going. What's your info, man? How can people follow you and stuff?
I'm followable. You can follow me. You can put my full name in, or you can go to on Facebook. I'm there as Kevin L. Kimball. Full name, no LA Kev. So I don't have a page. I'm in there with my government name. So Kevin Kimball is Kimbell.
Yeah.
And then you can go on Instagram. I got the Instagram hashtag, not DJ LA Kev, but you can type in It's the Kev and Me, ITZ _ the Kev in Me. Yeah, so once you put my name in there too, you can put Kev Kimball in there. It'll come up that way too. But
hey, man, my listeners, man, they kind of sharp, man. You don't have to say it all like that.
Good. I want to make sure.
You can just say it one time.
We probably already follow each other. Like I said, I'm following you, so I'm following, but you got other listeners.
All right, man. Thanks for joining us, Troy, man. Thanks for calling in, bro.
Hey, man, fellas, I appreciate this. This was epic. I appreciate it, man. I've been getting people blowing my phone up, texting everything, man.
And this brother we talking to does not have Instagram. He does not have Facebook. does not
No,
have any
no.
contact.
Nah,
is-
he wishes not to be
none of that
found.
stuff.
No.
As you hear him,
Under
he's got
no
people from all over the
circumstance.
country trying to reach out to him today. So
Yeah.
it's good to have a
Kay
phone list.
Hamilton said, "What's up?" Kay Hamilton said, "What's
hey.
up?"
Hey,
I'm gonna look
what
at that.
up?
I'm gonna relook at the follow up after that. So remember, Black Lives Matter. Shout out to Oak Bay
Definitely shout out to
and the
Obey.
poetess. Thank you, the poetess.
Porters, thank you.
Legend in her own right.
Yes, yes.
We have to have the poetess up here if we can one time. We gotta get her up here.
Man, I've been saying that about 3 years now.
Everybody's hitting me up. Eddie, Cipriano, all the fellas, man.
What
Man, we have to do a whole nother show, man.
Man, we're going to do it, Troy. We're going to do it,
We're blessed to
man.
have Mike Boogie though. We're blessed to have Mike Boogie. So
Mikey,
Thanks,
thank
man.
you, brother, man. Mike, I love you, man. I appreciate
Man,
you.
love
doing
you
this,
back.
brother.
yes,
All
Of course,
day.
man. Thank you.
no doubt.
All
I
right,
appreciate it,
y'all.
too.
We out of here, party people. Next week, we on, baby. 5,000.
G